Arsenal's playing smart. They're going methodical. Excessive needs to get a couple. Arsenal quickly seizing that advantage. Steven Pitts running through there. Secondary move off Art Hemlick's first run through. But J.C. Whittington walking the flag in. No paint on him. And it's looking like that point is going to go to Arsenal. And the game is on. So Arsenal playing down a body right now. They're playing 2-on-3. They got a penalty on that last flag hang. Excessive's up 2-0.
Yeah, you're right. They went in there. They looked as if they got the point. Penalty takes it away, and now Excessive is absolutely putting the pressure on Arsenal.
Excessive's doing a really good job of winning their initial gunfights and then trying to make those quick bumps to those secondary and those really important 50-yard line bunkers.
Yeah, Matty, what's so impressive to me is that when Excessive takes the field, they just control it from the beginning. You've got Big Rich out here on the stand-up at the tape, and you've got them doubled up at the 50. It's absolutely amazing.
It definitely does not help. So Rich tries to come up the tape. Thomas runs through the center, taking out J.C. Whittington, but it's still Steven Pitts. It's one-on-one right now against Neil Eberle. I think Steven Pitts just snapshot Neil out.
I tell you what, give Arsenal a round of applause for that one, because Excessive is a tough team. You got Big Rich at their daggone stand-up on the tape. How do they lose that game?
And the game is on.
Arsenal back to full strength. They come out in a really conservative break. They're all in the back stand-ups.
Well, see, that gives you an advantage in the break in your gunfights because you have one more gun up shooting, all three guns shooting. But if you can't get out of those back stand-ups, that's when that sort of game plan can get you into trouble.
Yeah, they make a nice break there, and they get out to the tape. It's mirrored by Excessive. Man, great play out there on the field right now.
Excessive was slightly better field position, but Art Hemlick definitely did a good job of secondarying out to that temple.
Rich Telford really has Excessive moving well. And Steven Rich, he's already proven that he's not afraid to get out of that back bunker. Right now he's getting checked.
Uh-oh, it looks like Rich shot, and now it's getting pulled on a one-point penalty. Thomas Taylor. Oh, Thomas is going to be happy about that. Rich, I don't think he knew he was hit. Referee definitely thought that he was hit.
And I tell you what, taking those penalties, absolutely.
And there it was, Arsenal. As soon as Arsenal saw that a penalty had been assessed, J.C. Whittington let the rest of his guys know, and then they just pressed their advantage. Neil Eberle couldn't, what can he do, man? It's 3-on-1. Well, they tied it up. It's 2-2 right now. And the game is on.
Excessive starts the game off, guns blazing from the back, trying to get control of all the lanes that are on the field.
I think they felt that Arsenal was going to come with a more aggressive breakout. That's why they kept all those bodies back. Thomas Taylor, again, doing a real good job of getting up in that center.
Yeah, Thomas Taylor strapped himself to a rocket and shot up to the 50 in a split second. They lose Big Rich on that one, but they have decent position on the field right now.
They lost Rich. Looks like, Steven Pitts running through, putting a couple in the back of Thomas's head. I know Thomas is trying to... It looks like Neil might have shot Steven before he got to Thomas.
I'll tell you what.
The referees definitely feel that Steven Pitts was shot, and Neil must have put some paint on him before he got to Thomas. That's the only thing I can think that happened.
You're right. No matter who likes it or not, the refs have the responsibility to make that call. And they made the call, and in this case, it went in Excessive's favor.
It did, and it's now 2-on-2. J.C. Whittington and Art Hemlock left for Arsenal. Excessive with a little bit better field position with Thomas Taylor up in those 50-yard line bunkers. Thomas worked his snapshot right there on Art, and it's just J.C. left against Neil Eberle and Thomas Taylor.
But J.C.'s a tough guy to get out of there. It'll be interesting to see how this works out.
And they picked him off. You know, J.C., at that point, he's just trying to make something happen, trying to create something for his team. So Team Excessive about to go up 3-2 against Phoenix Arsenal. And the game is on.
Identical breaks by both teams that time, Matty.
Yep, identical breakouts. Neither team wanted to, they don't want to make mistakes right now. This is a very crucial point. Excessive wanting to advance, not wanting to let Arsenal back in this matchup. And Arsenal fighting for their lives right now.
Yeah, you're right. Excessive gets a little more aggressive right there. Big Rich bumping out to the step, tape side stand up. Hey, they're taking it to Arsenal right now.
Thomas Taylor dodging paintballs, running up in that center.
Man, he just pulled a super ninja and came on, and he's on the opposite mirror. He's right on the broken mirror, this guy. Thomas is about to go buck wild.
Thomas made a very smart move to get up in there, dodging a paintball. Almost got caught in the open, but ended up taking out Art Hemlick right now. So it's 2-on-1. Rich Telford, Neil Eberle versus Steven Pitts.
I tell you what, you can't underestimate or underappreciate exactly what Thomas did. Right there we see Big Rich finishes it off. He's going to get pulled also. Still one more excessive player than an Arsenal player. That's going to mean that Excessive's going to win this match.
That's right. It's just Neil Eberle left. Team Excessive advancing to the semifinals. All right, Kevin, we just watched Excessive narrowly eliminate the Phoenix Arsenal. That was a really good game, man.
Oh, it was awesome. You saw some of the best stuff out there. Field control by both teams, aggressiveness by both teams, and we saw the ninja move that Thomas Taylor pulls.
Thomas Taylor continues to play very, very well for Sacramento Excessive, but Neil Eberle just continues to hold it down, man. He's one of the best gunfighters in the game, so definitely mad props to Neil Eberle and the rest of the Excessive crew as they advance to the semifinals.
For all you hotshots out there that think you can ball with the best of them, log on to our website, UAPL.tv, and register for the UAPL so you can enter the Top Gun competition to see if you have what it takes to hang with the pros.
Over 5 years, 50 major tournaments, 5,000 fields around the globe. Ultimate Airball, simply the world's best inflatable bunker systems. The official bunkers of the WPL and the UAPL. For more information, go to brimstonepaintball.com. Made in the USA.
All right, we're heading into our last prelim matchup, and the Las Vegas Gladiators are taking on the Portland Naughty Dogs. So we're going to go see right now if the Gladiators have what it takes to take down the Portland Naughty Dogs. Do not go anywhere. And the game is on. Gladiators need to put something together, man. They're coming out with pretty decent breakouts, and everyone's staying alive, but you got to get out those bumps there. And finally, Gladiators putting something together, getting a kill, and some field position.
Yeah, it looks like the Gladiators might have been lucky to get away without a penalty there. Now it's just a 2-1. No, it's actually a one-on-one situation. Rocky New takes it straight to his face. Special delivery.
That was a very good move by Rocky New. Rocky saw the opening right there, and he realized that the Gladiator player did not know where he was, and he just ran right over him. Now the game is on. Naughty Dogs with a very conservative breakout.
Yeah, you're right, but I tell you, that breakout seems to fit well against this Gladiator team who just doesn't want to move right off the break.
You know, and then again, the Gladiators bump out slop, man. You can't bump out sloppy like that.
Yeah,
you got to earn every single move you make on this paintball field.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The Gladiators are just late to the party all day in this match, and the Naughty Dogs are really, really handling something special right now.
And the game is on.
Naughty Dogs making a beeline for the 50s.
You know, Rocky did a good job to get up there, but then got his head blown off right away. But Corey Field bumped in there secondary. Let's see if he can do something with that spot.
Hey, Corey's the type of player that can hold down that 50 and put the Gladiators in a bad state of mind.
Well, it's Raymond Newth and Corey Field right now. I think what happened was the Gladiator player advanced, got shot, played on, shot Corey, and the referees just decided to call that point over because the penalty had been assessed, and Naughty Dogs get that point. So it is now 3-0, the Naughty Dogs up over the Gladiators. At the end of that last point, Rocky Newth got a bunch of bonus balls, so he's going to be out for blood this point. The Gladiators are starting down a player because of that penalty.
Yeah, and now you got Rocky Newth coming out to the stand-up tape side, and he's really sending balls downfield with bad intentions. Naughty Dogs applying a tremendous amount of pressure right now.
That's right, and it's 3-on-1, and they're just going to nail it down right now. And the Naughty Dogs will be advancing to the semifinals. We just watched our last prelim matchup, and the Las Vegas Gladiators, they took on the Portland Naughty Dogs, and they just did not have what it took, man.
Man, the Dogs definitely stepped in here, and they walked away with their paws.
They did. You know, Rocky's definitely got his guys, man, amped up for this event. They look really strong. I mean, every single point, they're shooting their lanes very efficiently. They earned all their moves. They impressed me a lot. So they're going to head into the semifinals, which we have coming up right now, so do not go anywhere.
Coming up next, more live action from the cage.
Ultimate Airball. Simply the world's best inflatable bunker systems. The official bunkers of the WPL and the UAPL. For more information, go to brimstonepaintball.com. Made in the USA.
If you like speed, intensity, and non-stop action, then come and check out the WPL events in our cage here in Las Vegas. You can see the best players in the world going head-to-head every week. Don't miss out on the cage. It's built for speed.
All right, Kevin, we got a pretty intense semifinal matchup coming up, and we've seen this before. We have the Oakland Empire taking on Sacramento Excessive. It's probably going to be a pretty bloody match, man. There's not a lot of love between these teams.
Yeah, definitely a grudge match. We've seen this matchup before. Excessive walked away the loser, so we'll see. If I know Rich Telford and those guys down there, they're going to be ready to ball.
So it's going to be a bloodbath. Do not go anywhere. We're going to check it out in just a second. And the game is on. Weird breakouts for both teams right now.
Yeah, both teams coming out here playing smart, playing really tight ball. Break to the temple side tape by Excessive.
Neil Everly continuing to do a very good job of bumping out to that temple. And Thomas also getting right up there in the center, just like he's supposed to.
You know, Matty, you mentioned it. Neil's doing a great job of hoping that temple side takedown. Right now, he's got Empire, and he gets Zach.
Thomas Taylor shoots out Zach Long from that back spot, and it's now 3-on-2. Excessive with the advantage.
Neil draws both guns, taking one of the Empire players out with.
Taking out both of them. Oh, Neil Everly continuing to play solid paintball as he grabs the flag and runs it in.
Man, we spend
going up 1-0.
We spend a lot of time up here, and I have yet to see your crystal ball, but you called that one right on the head. Neil stepped up, great game, great player.
And the game is on. Chris Wilson playing the center
Nice
for
move.
Oakland, but Thomas Taylor, man, every single time he's getting up to that 50 and he's producing out of there.
Yeah, great move by Thomas Taylor, moving up to the 50 that time. Just a slight bit of hesitation there, Matty. Got him in the position, the place that he wanted, and he took the 50 with ease.
All right, we're going to have to see if Oakland can counter. They need to get into better positions. Chris Dawsey trying to gunfight.
What we're seeing, I think, from a lot of these more experienced teams are the back stand-ups are key. Neil is making an excellent move up the temple side take there.
Yeah, it's because he just shot out Tyler Harmon, and he's trying to press that advantage up the temple side. Neil Everly continuing to play very well. Excessive's going to be hard to spot. Excessive is definitely going to be hard to stop if they're having everyone hitting on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, you're right. That's how you play. Neil plays that tape without fear. And when you've got a player like that on the outside, and you've got a crazy mad ninja like Thomas Taylor coming up to the front, coming up the middle, double tapping your players in the back of the head, man, how can you not win?
Exactly, and they got Rich Telford staying alive, shooting his gun and controlling things in the back, so things are going very well for Team Excessive right now. And the game is on.
Well, Thomas Taylor breaks out with a great move to the tape stand-up.
Referees are getting in there. I don't know if he made it out there alive. I think he did, but Francisco playing well in the center, gets up to those 50 tacos. Neil Everly continuing to play well. Oh, but he looks out of a paintball.
Yeah, Neil just took it in the face right there. And Arnold, you're right. He's putting a lot of pressure on Thomas Taylor.
Oakland playing much better this point. It's 3-on-2. Let's see if Thomas can pull this out.
Arnold Francisco is tucked so tight in that 50 right now, man. You couldn't wedge him out there with a pry bar. But I think Thomas Taylor's going to start trying to shoot darts through there and see if he can get something right on his head.
Zach Long pressing their advantage. Saw that no one was watching that lane. Thomas Taylor is being angled out of this bunker right there. Oh! And trying to hide from Zach's lines of paint. Looks right out into Arnold Francisco's line.
Yeah, you're right. They pinched him right out of there. At least Big Rich back there to fend for himself against 3 Empire guns and right down. Looks like Empire's going to get back into this game.
Right, Empire coming right back, getting right back into it. And it's going to be 2-1. Excessive still with the lead. And the game is on.
Wow, look at Arnold Francisco work that field. He's got the mean monkey crawl going on straight to the 50.
Hey man, you got to get low to get up there. You can't just expect you're going to run right into that spot. Arnold Francisco's a pretty small guy, and he's definitely playing very, very tight.
Wow, look at Neil push the tape, followed by Thomas Taylor. What pressure, great play.
Definitely a great play, and Thomas saw that Neil ran down the field, and you know, they have really good teamwork, so he ran through and shot the other guy. So right now it's one-on-one, Chris Dozzi and Rich Telford.
Yeah, Chris Dodds is faced by a stealthy Rich Telford right now. Rich is really playing that tape smart. Doesn't want to make the mistake, and Manny gets caught. Maddie, how does that happen?
I'll tell you what, it just, you know, you can't get sloppy on your gunfights, and Rich is one of the best gunfighters in the entire game of paintball. So Chris Dozzi definitely earned his right to score that point. He grabs the flag and runs it in. So Oakland playing down a player right now. Looked like they were going to win that last point, but the player who hung the flag, he had a hit on him, so now they're playing 3-on-2 right now.
Absolutely critical mistake for the Empire, and Zach Long leads the field. 3-on-1 advantage in favor of Excessive right now.
It's going to be really hard for Chris Dozzi in there. And he's just getting blown apart right now. They're getting shot from all angles, and Excessive knows they're up a lot of bodies. They're just going to play it slow and methodical, and there it is. The last elimination comes. Thomas Taylor grabbing the flag and running it in, and it's looking like Excessive will advance onto the onto the finals.
Yeah, you're right. We've seen Dozzi do some special things on the field, just couldn't get it done this time, and Excessive is looking up and saying, hey, look, Ma, the swagger's back.
That's
going
right.
back to the final.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Thomas from Sacramento Excessive. You guys are basically the #1, #2 team in the world right now. Congratulations on the battle out there. Tell me a little bit what happened.
We just played smart paintball, and last time we met these guys, they knocked us out. So we really wanted to beat them this time, and we came out victorious.
All right, Thomas, you're making run-throughs down the field pretty much every time you play. What's going through your mind while you're doing that?
With our team, with our two guys, I got two of the best back players in the world. So if they can get outside or they get control, I know that they're going to put their guys in, so I can just run down the field. So any opportunity I get, if somebody blinks, I'm going to run down the field and shoot them because I got my teammates keeping them in. So half the time, it's not planned. It's just there's an opening and I go.
Well, you're fearless and it's super fun to watch. So the best of luck to you guys advancing into the finals.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, Kevin, we just watched an awesome semifinal matchup between two powerhouse teams, Oakland Empire taking on Sacramento Excessive. Excessive took the matchup in a pretty clean victory.
Yeah, you're right. There was a small amount of controversy out there, but really, the gameplay was clean. The competition was excellent. Kind of went the way it's supposed to go today.
Definitely. Neil Eberly and Thomas Taylor continue to play well. Rich is holding it down in the backfield. And Excessive is looking pretty good as they advance to the finals. We're going to check out our next semifinal matchup right now. We got San Diego Dynasty taking on the Portland Naughty Dogs. Don't go anywhere.
If you like speed, intensity, and non-stop action, then come and check out the WPL events in our cage here in Las Vegas. You can see the best players in the world going head-to-head every week. Don't miss out on the cage. It's built for speed.
The UAPL is looking for players and fields to hold our Top Gun competitions.
The best thing about paintball is just shooting people in the face. I mean, it's a good. Otherwise, it's a good game, but it just gives you a lot of, it gives you a lot of pride and stuff when you just, you're snapping out, and just shooting right in the face. And it's the best part. If there's someone who's not as good as you and you just walk up and shoot them, it doesn't give you that good of a feeling when you're shooting someone who's like 10 times better than you.
Go to UAPL.tv and sign up now for Top Gun.
You're watching the WPL here on Superstation WGN.
All right, we're heading into our last semifinal matchup. We got San Diego Dynasty. They're taking on the Portland Naughty Dogs. Now, you would say that Dynasty would probably be favored in this matchup, but, Portland, they've been playing really, really well.
Yeah, Portland is a great team. They go out there and they match up against their opponent really well. I expect it to be a real barn burner.
I think so. Now, who are you looking at to be the impact players on each one of these on this team?
Well, for the Dogs, of course, you got Rocky Newth, you got Corey Field out there. He's been playing really well in this event. On the other side, you got 3 superstars. The Dynasty roster is full of superstars, so who knows who'll step up. Yosh, he's definitely been playing well in these last few events.
That's right. Yoshua definitely has been playing very, very well the past few events, and we're going to go check out the semifinal action right now. Don't miss it. And the game is on.
Oh, great breakout by the Dogs. They get the tape. See if they can do anything with it.
They definitely was a good breakout. They shot Yosh Rao in the first 30 seconds. Corey Field wants to move up. Rocky moving up in that center.
Yeah,
he knows how important it is up there and doesn't want Alex to get there first.
You're right. Rocky gets understanding what's going on, but automatically takes one right on the dome, and now it's a 2-on-2.
But then Tyler McCluskey making a very clutch move up that tape, making a great shot on Alex Frazier, and it's now 2-on-1. Just Johnny Perchek's left, and he gets riddled. Gets riddled by Corey Field.
Great play by Corey Field and the Naughty Dogs themselves. Never feels good to get shot in paintball.
Definitely not, and Johnny feels that he shot Corey as he bumped across. They're having some words on the field right now. But Dynasty loses that first point. The game is on.
Maximum aggressiveness from the Dynasty team this time.
That's right, they're doing that double-barreled up the center move again, but Yosh Rao getting shot at the break. It's 2-on-2.
A lot of teams are adjusting to that move up to 50, and right there, Dynasty loses Alex Frazier out of 50.
Tell you what, it's 2-on-1 right now. And the Naughty Dogs going up 2 points against Dynasty.
You know, once again, Johnny's out there pleading his case, and this guy's playing hard. He's just not getting the breaks. Maybe there's some bounces in there. It's just not going his way right now.
That's right. And the game is on.
Dynasty a little bit more reserved this time, setting up the lanes, trying to control this field.
Well, they need to win this point, man. They're down 2-0 right now. Johnny's trying to get out to that Temple side. He's not going to be able to get out there right now. Tyler McCluskey's up there in that center.
The Dogs are absolutely on a mission, and just like that, in a matter of seconds.
I think Yosh Rao is still alive in that backfield. The referee's in there trying to... Appears that Yosh did not get shot, so it's now 1-on-1. Corey Field versus Yosh Rao. This is a huge point right here. And Yosh Rao pulls it off.
Yosh Rao once again proving you put it in the game in his hands, he will deliver.
Tell you what, man, Yosh Rao is an incredibly proficient paintball player. He's always calm under pressure, and he shows it right there. Naughty Dog's not liking what they see. And the game's on.
Strong breakout by the Naughty Dogs, but it's countered by Dynasty, who comes up and gets a key elimination.
You know, it's really hard to get across that lane in the beginning of the game, and the Naughty Dogs lose a player trying to do it, but they get a guy out there pretty quick.
You're right. Now that you got a 3-on-2 situation in favor of Dynasty, now the Dogs are kind of on their heels, and they don't want to lose that lead, and they just take out
Johnny Perchek. Yeah, Johnny Perchek comes down. It's now Yosh Rao and Alex Frazier. It's 2-on-2, but Naughty Dogs in great field position right now.
Well, Naughty Dogs looks like they just dropped a key player right up front, leaving Rocky in the back with gun problems.
Rocky's got his barrel off of his gun right now. He just jabbed it in there, and he calls himself out. And that point is going to go to Dynasty. Dynasty coming right back. Now 2-2.
Nearly identical breaks by both teams in this one.
Yes, identical breakouts from both teams. Neither team wanting to make that mistake. It's all tied up right now, 2-2. Yosh Rao continuing to play well. Has a good bump, but Tyler McCluskey bumps up in that center for the Naughty Dogs.
Simultaneous movement there. Both teams are making smart moves, and they're getting there without getting shot.
Alex Frazier wears one right in his face piece, but Yosh Rao's really still in a good spot. Makes a key elimination. It's 2-on-2 right now. Now it's 2-on-1.
Oh, Yosh takes down one, and once again, he's in a one-on-one situation, looking for the win for Dynasty.
Oh, Yosh Rao is playing out of his skull right now. Amazing paintball play by Yosh Rao. No one can touch that kid right now. He's on fire.
The lesson of the day is you better get Yosh early in the match. Otherwise, you may be facing a potential loss. This time, the Naughty Dogs make a beeline straight for the 50, and they lose a player right after that.
Tyler McCluskey tried to get right up there, but Alex Frazier saw the move, gave him a quick snapshot.
Yeah, and Alex laid back a little bit just so he could make sure that no one was going to the 50. And Yosh bumps out. Looks like he may have got taken one.
I don't know. Yosh Rao is still looking for the hit on him. I think he's clean. And Alex gets up to that 50 bunker, makes a good shot on Corey Field. And it's looking like Dynasty will be advancing to the finals to play Team Excessive. Tell you what, we just watched San Diego Dynasty take on the Portland Naughty Dogs, and it was a pretty close game. There were some controversial calls, a lot of intensity on both sides, man.
Yeah, absolutely. One of those games you just wish would not end, but it had to end some way, and Dynasty looks like they're going to walk away with the victory.
That Dynasty's going to advance to the finals to play Excessive. The Dynasty Excessive matchup has been going on for a couple years. They've just been banging heads against each other, and that's what we're going to see here in just a few moments, so don't go anywhere. We got our final matchup, San Diego Dynasty taking on Sacramento Excessive.
For all you hotshots out there that think you can ball with the best of them, log on to our website, UAPL.tv, and register for the UAPL so you can enter the Top Gun competition to see if you have what it takes to hang with the pros.
Over 5 years, 50 major tournaments, 5,000 fields around the globe. Ultimate Airball, simply the world's best inflatable bunker systems. The official bunkers of the WPL and the UAPL. For more information, go to brimstonepaintball.com. Made in the USA.
If you like speed, intensity, and non-stop action, then come and check out the WPL events in our cage here in Las Vegas. You can see the best players in the world going head-to-head every week. Don't miss out on the cage. It's built for speed.
All right, Kevin, we got a big matchup coming up right here, and this has been the matchup. You got San Diego Dynasty. They're taking on Sacramento Excessive. How do you think this is going to break down, man?
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
True clash of the Titans out there. Two of the biggest and most well-known teams that we have in this conference, and they're going head-to-head.
You know, I'm looking for Thomas Taylor, up the gut, 4-team Excessive. He's been playing phenomenal paintball. Neil Eberle, Rich Telford holding it down the backfield. Can't forget about those guys. And Dynasty, I mean, Yosh Rao has just been playing phenomenal paintball, so I'm expecting big things out of all those players. It's going to be an awesome matchup, so do not go anywhere and don't miss it. And the game is on.
Here we are in the finals, and here we see that Dynasty is coming out a little bit more than the Excessive team.
And then we got Thomas Taylor making a big move into the center. He continues to play well up there. Neil Eberle getting checked by the referee. I think he made it out clean. Johnny Perchek gets clipped, though. It's now 2-on-3.
Yeah, great double move by Excessive right here. Rich Telford back there. He's got this daggone team moving along with his joystick. Excessive is going to make a break here, and they lose 2 players, man.
And it looks like Alex is about to assassinate Thomas Taylor, and he does. And they trade out, and Yosh Rao holding it down like the Rock he is, grabbing the flag and running in. And Dynasty's going to go up 1-0 right now. Conservative breakout by Team Excessive, and they lose Neil Eberle and Thomas Taylor. I don't know, man. It's 3-on-1 right now, just Rich Telford.
Whoa, and Rich goes down that quickly. Dynasty comes out and controls the game. Looks like Rich is going to take one with him, but to no avail. Dynasty's still going to walk away with the win.
And there comes that aggressive move by both teams. Alex Frazier, I think, got the drop on Thomas.
Whoa, I mean, Alex really served him up something special at that 50 right there. Now we got Rich and Nick in the back for Excessive, and they're really trying to hang on. And Dynasty is dropping players left and right. Bang, that comes Excessive.
And Excessive ended up pulling away with that point.
Identical breakouts this time by both teams. It's coming down to time where it's crucial not to make that mistake.
And Thomas getting dinked out in that center home plate, and Rich as well. So it's 3-on-1 with just Neil Eberle left in that back stand-up. He takes out Johnny Perchek.
Neil is balling on fire right now. Don't underestimate Neil, but unfortunately he's not going to get the chance to play. I never saw the shot that took him out.
I think it was Yosh Rao that snuck that shot in on him. And as Yosh grabs the flag and walks it in, Dynasty 1 point away.
Coming up next, more live action from the cage.
UAPL is looking for players and fields to hold our Top Gun competitions.
The best thing about paintball is just shooting people in the face. I mean, it's a good. Otherwise, it's a good game, but you know, it just gives you a lot of, it gives you a lot of pride and stuff when you just, you're snapping out, and just shooting right in the face. And it's the best part. If there's someone who's not as good as you and you just walk up and shoot, I mean, it doesn't give you that good of a feeling when you're shooting someone who's like 10 times better than you.
Go to UAPL.tv and sign up now for Top Gun.
If you want to register with the UAPL or want more information about the UAPL and all the great things we have going on, log on to our website, UAPL.tv.
Nice breakout by both teams, neither one to make a mistake. And here we go with a little trickeration by Excessive, sneaking Thomas Taylor up to that home plate.
Now they lose Neil Everly off the back line. This isn't going to help us now. 3-on-2. They need this point to win. They have to. Excessive must win this point because Dynasty's on top right now, 3-1. And Thomas Taylor looks out into a paintball.
Man, you can't count Excessive out just yet. They've still got Big Daddy Rich Telford back there fighting for the life of Excessive. Let's see if he can pull it out. Get that paint in there, Rich.
So it's just Rich Telford. It's 2-on-1. Yosh Rao and Johnny Perchek trying to work very slowly and get that last elimination. And they did. They got that elimination, and it's looking like...
Yeah, the 1-for-1 on Johnny.
Thank you.
It's going the other way.
So Dynasty making a big play up to the center. They only have 2 players who are playing down a body right now. They got a penalty on that last point.
Man, I tell you what, it shows a great amount of confidence and courage on the part of Dynasty. They pushed the 50. Looks like they may have just lost Alex right there.
I think they just lost both guys. It was a ballsy move to send both of their players up to that 50, but they've had no problem getting 2 people in there alive this entire event.
Man, I tell you what, you don't have to love them, but you've got to respect them. Dynasty is a true team of competitors. Man, this couldn't ask for a better match.
And the game is on.
In a must-win situation, we have both teams pressuring up to the 50.
Yeah, we're in a must-win situation for both teams. Both teams with 3 points. They have identical breakouts. No one wants to make a mistake.
You're right. They're filling the lanes with absolute tremendous amounts of paints right now. Neither team wanting to make a mistake, but at the same time, looking for the optimum time to make that important move.
Rich Telford in there trying to gunfight from that back spot. Both teams they're gunfighting out right now, man. This is the last point. It's a 3-minute point, so neither team wants to screw up. This is a very, very crucial point in the game right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Thomas Taylor probing, and there goes the first Dynasty player. And
Yosh Rao wears a little cyclops in his eye. He's been playing phenomenally this event, but just could not pull out for this last point. So it's now 2-on-3, and Excessive has the advantage.
And Excessive is looking to exploit that loss right now. Thomas Taylor really checking to find an opportunity to make the move to the 50.
They're really working that communication angle right now. Excessive is playing smart, trying to work that teamwork.
I'm sorry, Matty. There goes Big Rich. He slides out to the stand-up tape side, and he's mirrored by a move. Neil goes on the other side to the temple. Now, Excessive is taking the positions on the field.
Excessive's definitely trying to close in.
Thomas Taylor makes the move up to the 50. Now he's applying pressure. He's got Johnny pinched in, and down goes Alex.
And here goes Thomas trying to put the last nail in, and Johnny Perchek trying to get out. He couldn't do it. And Excessive is going to pull off the victory tonight. Thomas Taylor continuing to play stellar paintball up the gut for Team Excessive, and they will have the victory tonight.
Watch us shoot Dynasty in the face. We can run them quick, and we can beat them slow. That's how we roll.
Hey guys, I'm down here with one of the Dynasty players, Perchek, and what happened out there?
Well, it was just pretty much a battle the whole time. Excessive, they're like our #1 rival, so and we're good friends with the guys, so we knew it was going to be a hard-fought match. And we were just kind of back and forth a little bit. We won a couple points, and I got a 1-for-1 that turned the game around, and we lost that point. And then I think maybe 1 or 2 games later, I ended up getting a 2-for-1 that not only did we lose that point, but we had to play a guy down after that. So that's pretty much 3 points that I just handed over to him, which is not very cool. I'm not very happy with myself.
Is it that you just didn't feel the hit?
Well, no, I mean, you have arm skins on. It's real fast paced. You're standing 10 feet from the other guys. You're going to take bounces. Things are going on. There's 20 judges out there, like if you get shot, this is a pretty, like, everyone can see this. I'm standing here holding my gun. I would hope that someone would just run in and pull me out rather than wait for me to shoot the last guy and then find the hit. Not even find the hit, just see it as soon as I shoot the last guy and then give a 2-for-1. But, I mean, I was obviously hit, so, I mean, it's definitely my fault. I just wish it was, you know, they went about it a different way.
Well, sorry about the loss, and you guys are going to come back and take vengeance, right?
I sure hope so.
All right, thanks so much. All right, Rich, how you feeling right now?
I'm good. Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So what's next for you guys?
We fly home. We practice this weekend against Infamous and Bob Long and LTZ. And the following week we practice again, and the following week after that we play the first NX ball match in Texas this year.
How do you feel your players did this weekend?
Today I think they did very well.
I'd say.
Yeah. Today was fun. A lot of good teams out here, so you can't, if you make any little mistakes, it's really hard to win. When you shoot each other, things like that, it's almost impossible to win.
I noticed on your team, especially your team, communication's a big deal. You guys you know exactly where everybody's at all the time. And I noticed you guys were listening a little bit to some of the fans in the crowd. Do you make that a big part of your play?
We don't make it a big part of our play, but it does help us. You know, any information is good information, so you can't rely on it, because if they're not giving it to you, you know, you still got to be able to play paintball. But if they're giving it to you and you can use it, you know, take it.
All right, well, the best of luck to you and your team for the rest of the season. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, Kevin, man, that was a controversial game. It looked like Dynasty was going to pull it out, and then Excessive they surged back. They won that crucial point right there, and on the penalty, and then they never let back.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly what we expected. Really hotly contested out there. Both teams showing a lot of heart, a lot of determination.
It just seemed like Excessive maintained their composure in that game. When all the craziness was happening and there was that controversy on the field, they kind of looked inside and maintained that inner calm that enabled them to pull the victory out.
Oh, yeah, right. And I think you saw it right there in the last point of that match. That was a heck of a lot of composure. Rich Telford and those guys out there deserve a lot of credit. They pulled it out. Excellent.
So that's it here from the WPL, the Western Conference. We have our champion this evening, Sacramento Excessive. Thanks for staying with us.
Wednesday.